Welcome to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Gold Show, episode number 25, the Premier League show. I'm here with Reese, Matt, and Kian. How are you all doing, boys?
Good. I love that intro. That was good.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That was good.
Well, let's get right into it. There's only one place to start. Liverpool, 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Well, the number 20 title is coming. Does anyone else not think that it's going to happen? I've got to show off.
Leave one to the rest of us.
I've got to show off. It's been unbelievable. Nobody had us towards the top two at the start of the season. The way that Slot set up his system, going to the Etihad and playing a 4-2-4 without an out-and-out striker and getting a result like
Baffling, and it worked.
Brilliant. Absolutely superb. I mean, yeah, and we had two fully fit strikers on the bench.
Was Pep outdone, would you say? Or was it more just a case of it was just like Liverpool had better players at this point in time?
I think it was a tactical masterclass, in all honesty. Liverpool sat deep. They knew what they needed to do in this game. And in all honesty, Liverpool did not need to have that much possession. They took their chances, which is great to say because at times this season Liverpool have not been clinical in front of goal. I remember the Brentford game, we had 35 shots before we put the ball into the back of the net. We had a few opportunities, ended up taking them. Dominic Szoboszlai, a goal and an assist. He was brilliant. His work rate off the ball was absolutely ridiculous. Did you see a clip at the end of the game where he just pretty much falls to the ground?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me.
He's brilliant. His work rate just unbelievable, and he took his goal really well. It was a great finish. Really good finish. Ederson had no chance. Mohamed Salah, another goal, another assist.
He just needs to calm down.
Isn't it like 41 goal contributions in the Premier League this season?
It is. It's 41 goal contributions.
The record's 49, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gonna break the record.
That is like he's so good. Right now he's winning the Ballon d'Or as of now.
Well, there's no one else.
100%. There's no one close.
He probably breaks the record against Southampton.
Do you reckon?
Eight goals and assists in that game.
I mean, who knows? I mean, in fact, I think it's actually 47. So he's 6 off. And bearing in mind that record is for 42 Premier League game seasons.
Wow.
Thierry Henry is with the most, I believe, on 45. I want to say for 38 game seasons. He's four off matching that. We've got 11 games to go. 7 of those matches are at home as well.
Someone needs to take him out tonight.
I mean, bearing in mind, of course, we're recording this on Wednesday. This will come out on the Saturday. I've got some statistics here. 52 or more goal contributions in all competitions in the past 15 seasons. Players not on the list: Neymar, Bale, Hazard, Van Persie, Wayne Rooney. Harry Kane got 56. I've not included multiple, so I've just included the players with the most. Salah's on there with 58 from his 17-18 season. Mbappe 60, Haaland 61, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar for Schalke 62. He got one season. Lewandowski 64, Ibrahimovic 68, Suarez 81, Ronaldo 82, Messi 102.
That Messi one is crazy.
If Salah continues this form, right, and Liverpool get to the final of the Champions League, he would be on course for 76.5 goals and assists.
Wow.
Which would be 5 off of Suarez's best season and 6 off of Cristiano Ronaldo's.
Can I just say how mental that Messi one is?
It's insane.
That's never going to be broken.
102.
That's never going to be broken. Even the way, it feels like Salah gets a goal and an assist every week, and he's nowhere near. Well, not nowhere. You know what I mean?
You got to say it's like what? That's probably cost about 50 games if you're including the Champions League and stuff. So that's it's a goal and assist or 2 goal contributions a game. That is ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely going to hit. He's going to hit 60 for sure. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't with the way it's going. But yeah, that's only if Liverpool do end up getting into the Champions League final, which obviously is going to be a massive, massive challenge. But if he does do so, he's in the top 4 for the past 15 seasons.
Wow.
I mean, this is the level of season that we're looking at here. It's absolutely unbelievable.
He's a pretty special player.
It's astronomical. Where would he rank, let's say, in your all-time Premier League rankings if he did hit 70 in a season?
What, in right wingers?
Yeah. In general for players.
Top 3, honestly.
I reckon he could be.
Top 3, top 5. Top 5 at minimum.
At the very least.
If he breaks Henry's record, surely he's top 3. Because people say, well, he could be even best because people say Henry's the best player to ever play in the Premier League. If Salah breaks that record from right wing mind, because wait, where was Henry's? Was he when he was at left wing or striker?
Striker, yeah.
Salah at right wing mind, if he beats that, that's crazy.
It is crazy. I do think he's definitely in that conversation of being the best.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say outright he is, but he's
getting there.
He's definitely close.
And I think that debate between him and Hazard,
Is
I think day by day, match day by match day, that it's just been proven wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
time.
done. It's done.
Comparing him to Hazard now is just it's like comparing. I can't even think of anything that's that stupid. Like Hazard, an amazing player, but Salah, he's a different.
It's the output and it's the numbers, isn't it?
It's the consistency of it.
Exactly.
Like, it's how many years since he's joined you guys. Every single season he's scored so many goals.
Yeah, he's not
every single, no doubt.
He's not scored less than 19 Premier League goals in a season since he's joined Liverpool.
That's
the least.
Some attackers don't even get 19 Premier League goals, let alone 19 per season. Incredible.
He just makes it look so easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just looks so calm.
And it's not like even when he celebrates their goals, it's like, I've done my job. He's probably got bored of celebrating.
No, it's the aesthetically pleasing part of the debate that some people seem to think that he's not that much of a joy to watch. He's so fun to watch. You see in the game on Sunday, he just chips the ball over Kevin De Bruyne as he slides in, and he almost takes Pep Guardiola out. Just chips him over. It's just little things like that. His hold-up play, the way he's holding off Josko Vardio, who's a very strong
very
player.
Good as well.
Like, that was great hold-up play for the assist that he got for Soboslai's goal. He's just unbelievable, and I'm losing words to describe about him just because he keeps on putting up this level of numbers. But yeah, massive credit to him. Arne Slot, brilliant. I mean, Liverpool did a similar thing under Jurgen Klopp one year. We got a draw away from home in lockdown, and he used the 4-2-4 as well. And it works because it blocks off the options into City's midfield. If you have 4 players up, they're not going to be able to get the ball through the lines a lot.
They love having the ball, and they're not that they're bad at attacking, because they're definitely not, but they don't attack in a traditional way of, getting the ball into the box and just having someone header it. They build up, and if you can block that build up, they can't do anything. They need the ball in the attack in the defensive third to start with. And if you play a 4-2-4, you've got people constantly pressing them, and they can't deal with it.
Yeah,
I think even though they lost, Marmoush still had a good game.
Yeah,
he looks really good.
I mean,
really.
Doku
tore Trent apart.
Yeah, he did. But then again, I feel like Doku can do that to pretty much any.
Did you see the statistic about Trent?
Yeah.
In the first half, he got dribbled past 8 times, which is more than anyone has been in a game this whole season.
He got past Trent and then did nothing.
Well, this was the thing, because Konate and Virgil van Dijk were just there to block every single cross that he put into the penalty area anyway. Like, they were superb. And to go there, I know they're not in the best form. It's Liverpool's first win at the Etihad in 10 years in the league. So just a really, really big result for us. And then we've got 7 out of the 11 games at home. Surely we're going to win it.
I think you play. Is it Southampton you play at home?
Southampton is one of the games
at
home.
You play us away, so that's an easy away game.
Yeah, I believe our away games left are Leicester, Fulham, Chelsea and Brighton.
The other 3 are quite difficult, but the Leicester one's 3 points.
You're Liverpool, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, we should be able to. But yeah, are we saying it's truly over?
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
It has been for a while now.
Can I quickly say as well with the Salah? Did you see this thing with Jamie Carragher after the City game? His comments about AFCON.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. It's not right. It's a major competition. Players take so much pride representing their country, and for him to dismiss it like that, it wasn't right. It wasn't right.
Do they really think if it wasn't a major tournament, players like Salah, who are the most important player at their club, would leave to go and play in this tournament if it wasn't that important?
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Like you're not going to go and play in that tournament if it's just like a bit of fun.
Look at the quality that over in Africa.
There's so many
amazing players.
So many elite football players. So yeah, no, I totally agree on that.
I do have one more question about Salah for you.
Right.
Where would Liverpool be right now in the league if it wasn't for Mohamed Salah?
In all honesty, I don't know, because his output obviously away from home has been sensational.
Yeah.
He's got more goals and assists away from home than he does at home this season, which is unbelievable. I don't know. I feel like we'd still be in top 4, but I don't know whether we'd be competing for the
I think
league.
it'd be a lot closer.
Potentially, I think it'd be closer for sure.
I don't think you'd be top. That's how much I think he's.
He's so important.
impacted.
He steps up in the big moments. He's such a big game player for us. You know, he scored so many important goals this season. Even when we've dropped points, like
I think
he's been unbelievable.
I think only Chris Wood and Liam Delap have scored a larger percentage of their team's goals this season than Salah.
Yeah, and we've
I
scored a lot of goals
I might,
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I might be wrong there. So
And think how many of those goals Salah's assisted as well.
Exactly. He's been absolutely unbelievable. I do want to move on to the other game on Sunday. Newcastle United 4, Nottingham Forest 3. Kean, your overall thoughts on the defeat?
I mean, took a lead and sat back, and Newcastle just punished us. Really clinical in the first half. Isak, Gordon, just with their pace, were just unbelievable. We just weren't on it at all. Aina was poor. Milenkovic was poor. Second half, we were all right. Almost got back into it. Scored our third goal, and then the referee decides to add only 3 minutes of added time, which is a load of crap. I don't get where you get 3 minutes of added time from.
No, I didn't
in
think
the
that
second
was
half.
weird.
That is ridiculous.
Can I say though, what an advert that game was for the Premier League though? Like that was such an entertaining game of football to watch as a neutral.
But we've seen this before, like a team going in at half time, let's say 3 goals up. We were the same against Southampton, and then in the second half they back off. They slow
You get
down.
complacent. It's because
I
teams
hate seeing it.
think right. Well, just kill the game off. I mean, you see it with Pep all the time. Kill the game off.
Yeah,
kill the game.
City
We're winning.
keep
It's
going.
fine. But City are good at it. But the other teams.
Newcastle have
I
done
don't
it.
seem to have
We've
it.
done it. Who else is? Pretty sure Villa have done it as well. But we're just really poor. I don't know if we've been found out necessarily, or it's just.
I do think second half you were very good though.
second half we
I
were
think
good.
you're discrediting that a bit. I think first half, obviously Newcastle battered you, but second half I thought you played really well. Like every time because I was doing other things while I was watching it, but every single time I looked up at the screen, Forest were on the attack and could have scored.
Yeah, I mean it's prime Nottingham Forest. Like, our last few results are mental. So 5-0 loss at Bournemouth, then we go and beat Brighton 7-0. Then we scrape past Exeter in the cup on penalties, lose to Fulham, and then battered by Newcastle. Obviously, we've got Arsenal tonight, which is a massive game, which we need to win. And I'm hoping that second half at Newcastle kind of gives us, not momentum, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get
gives us
it, yeah.
confidence.
If you lose that, do you start to worry that you could drop out the Champions League places with it being so close? Or
I mean, even like Europe itself, it's what did I
5
say
points,
earlier?
innit?
5 points
Yeah.
between us and 10th place
Yeah.
Villa.
It's
That
so
is-
close.
That is,
and Villa aren't a bad team at all either.
and it's like we've had chances to get away from these teams because at the weekend the results went our way. I mean, tonight we've got a chance to get away from Bournemouth and Villa if we win, but it's just getting so tight now, and I'm hoping Nuno just rips into them after that first half performance and gets them going again, because we need a win in these next 2 games against Arsenal and City. We can't afford to lose either of them. Even though it won't be easy, we need to get something.
Are you worried about the dip in form?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like it's. I mean, obviously, we beat Brighton in the middle of it, but ever since that second half against Southampton, we've been just poor.
Do you think the cup game as well impacted morale because you couldn't beat a League One side on
I don't
in
know.
the game itself? Because obviously that by the end of the game you had a lot of your key players on. Surely
Yeah,
that
but-
impacts confidence in some ways.
Yeah, but we had a heavily rotated team.
No, I know, but
Our
still.
keeper made 2 mistakes. I think the only first team players we had on were Wood, Williams, Gibbs-White, and Anderson.
But they are key
And Elanga.
players. You'd expect them to score goals at least, and then
Yeah.
when they came on, they couldn't score a goal in extra time. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing because Exeter set up to just defend,
Exeter did
to,
well.
like really really low block. But would that not affect morale that you've only just beaten
In
one
some cases, yeah, but I think it's difficult for Forest players in particular because you've got the focus on trying to get Champions League football, which is, I mean, European football in general, but I think the focus is probably right now Champions League because of how long we've been in the top 4 for. And then you've got the cup on the side, which is just going to cause not issues, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna play on the players' minds. They need to do
Ipswich
well
on
in
Monday,
both.
isn't it?
Ipswich is on a week on Monday, so yeah, it's difficult. So actually, no, it's on Monday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's on the Monday, but yeah, just looking at the form for Nottingham Forest, it has definitely dipped. I still think you guys will get Champions League football. I still think you will finish inside the top 4. Arsenal potentially tonight, that'll be a tough game. It always is, but they're not scoring a lot of goals at the moment.
No, but they've got their defence and midfield still.
I do think
That's-
they're really poor
You've
at the
got your
moment.
attack, so
I think it's going under
Yeah.
the radar. I think because as well, you look at the game against us, we concede an average of 3 goals a game, and they only scored 2 against us. I know they still beat us, and that's what matters. But against West Ham as well, which I'm sure we'll get onto,
Yeah, we will get onto that.
they were poor in that game as well.
Yeah. Speaking of Leicester City, Friday night failure for the Foxes. 4-0 at home to Brentford. I mean,
It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. I think with Wolves winning on the weekend as well, it's kind of just killed it completely.
It's over.
We're 5 points off now. The relegation battle's over. The title race is over.
Title
no-
race is
There's nothing interesting about this league anymore.
Well, no,
Well,
I think the race to European
the
football-
European race is interesting, but with that game, I just think everything was wrong. Rude set the team up wrong. The team didn't perform. It's the same story of the players just don't seem to care. Like they're the least likable Leicester squad I've ever seen. Like including teams that have been relegated in the past. They're just so unlikable because none of them try. I can't look at them and see a strong identity and actually like them, other than a select couple of players.
I saw someone say, I don't know if you agree with this, but would you say Jamie Vardy is captain material?
No.
Because
This has been talked about. He is a goal scorer. Jamie Vardy scores goals, and he always will, and he's got a clinical finish. But he's not a captain. He never has been a natural leader. We need a character to come in and be a
have you got
be
a
a
natural
leader.
leader?
We don't. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's part of what's gone wrong at the club is we haven't recruited that. And in the summer, that absolutely should have been something that we looked at recruiting. But him being put as captain is unfair on him because people are expecting him to sort out the issues. But he's never been in this situation before. He's never been a captain. It's not his job, I wouldn't say. And I think it's harsh because after the game, he was the only player to come around and clap the fans. And people were singing to him, sort it out. But what can he do? If they're not trying, what can he do?
I mean, if he is the only player that is going around and clapping the fans in the first
We
place,
were annoyed. We
that
were very
is-
annoyed.
That is really
Well, to be fair, Christensen did as well.
right. So
Christensen, two of
but
them.
only a couple players out of the entirety of the squad that were there in attendance for the game to go ahead and clap the fans. There is a clear, well, you'd say gap between what the supporters and the fans right now are feeling towards each
all
other.
I'd
There's,
say
there's
is-
clearly it's not a nice situation
It tells
or
you
nice
everything
place
you
to
need
be
to know.
in.
It tells you everything you need to know. But it's more that they're spineless, I think, because if I was a player and I put out a performance like that, I would walk around the pitch and accept the boos because you deserve them. Like, walking around that pitch, you're applauding the fans and you're going to get booed off, rightly so. But you should take it. That's what Vardy did. That's what Christensen did. Christensen was one of the worst players in that game, and he still came around and clapped the fans, and he took the boos because that's what you should do as a player. If you put in a bad performance, you absolutely deserve to get criticised. At least with him, I can forgive him because he tries, but other players don't try as much. But this is something I wanted to say as well is people are saying that we're protesting our owners, and what's that going to do? Because then that's not going to keep us from going down. That's not why we're protesting. It's not just the owners that are the problem at the club. It's everything below it as well. The manager, I don't really know what he does, to be honest. I don't see what tactics we have, how it works or anything, because he says we play Ayew and Decordova-Reid for defensive and offensive balance, but we have neither. We don't score goals and we don't defend either.
Still can't believe Buonanotte don't play.
And the players aren't good enough as well. Our good players aren't playing because of team selection. So, yeah, we're protesting our owners, but that's not us saying that everything else at the club is fine. It's just saying that is also an issue and the recruitment's been wrong.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, no, of course. But yeah, just looking at the situation for Leicester City right now, not getting the results, the performances, I mean, would you say they're very up and down or just not good enough
They're just
as a
not
whole?
good enough at all.
As a whole.
There's no up. They're just down. I'm thinking I'm going to West Ham tomorrow night. I have no hope whatsoever in that game. I'm just thinking, can we just try and score a goal at this point? I haven't seen my team score a goal live in the Premier League since 26th of December. But yeah, that's the thing. That shows you how bad it is. I go to pretty much every game. I've missed Aston Villa away and Tottenham away in the last few, and I haven't seen my team score a league goal since the 26th of December.
I think you've got. I think your home run at the minute is like
The worst ever.
the worst ever
It
because you've
is.
not scored
6 games without scoring a goal at home
and lost
losing every single one.
That is bad.
It's the worst run in Premier League history.
In a relegation battle, you want your home form to be. I mean, it's a thing that kept us up a few years ago.
This is what
Your
we were
home
saying
form.
before the season started: is that we had to be good at home. We had to be
But you've
imposing.
You've
because
only won twice. Is it?
especially when we had Cooper in charge, who has that away record that is so bad. We were thinking, well, every home game we have to perform well, and it hasn't happened under either manager. And at this point, I don't really know what we can do because the players aren't good enough. If we sack Rude, I don't really see who we bring in and how they improve anything. But that's on the ownership for me. Why they haven't brought in the right people in.
Would you sack Rude?
If we lose tomorrow, for sure. I think I'd bring in Sean Dyche. He may not be the best manager, but he will get results.
I just want to say, you bring in Dyche.
That's a good point.
You gave Cooper hate because of his past experience with Forest. Dyche
That's
is
not why we gave him hate. He just
yes,
wasn't
you
good
did.
enough.
Come on,
He wasn't
man.
good enough, mate.
Come
He wasn't
on.
good
No,
enough.
from the minute he stepped in,
People
Leicester
didn't like
fans
him because of that,
hated
but
him
he's
because he was a Forest manager.
He's not the right manager. You stayed up under him from sheer luck of the other teams being so bad.
No, it was not sheer luck.
It
we
was
just,
the other teams being
Who were
so
the other?
bad.
Who were the other teams? What
Well, the three teams last
Luton,
season.
Burnley, and Sheffield United.
Yeah.
that wasn't
they-
Cooper.
But the one before that as well.
Yeah.
I think you got quite lucky to step that season.
No, that was not.
We
luck
were
at
we
all.
were so poor that season. If we weren't as poor, if we performed how you'd
We
expect
had
us
a
to.
really good home record. It wasn't.
But either way, I don't think Cooper's a very good manager. I think he gets overrated by Forest
I don't
fans.
know.
Perhaps
You
Leicester
can't
fans
say
underrate him
you
as
can't
well.
say he's not a good manager. He took Forest from the bottom of the Championship to survival in the Premier League. You cannot say he's not a
So
good
are we?
manager.
What are we saying? Are you saying a Premier League level manager or
No,
a Championship?
he's a
level
high-level
manager?
Championship manager. That's why you don't want to bring him in a
could
relegation
be.
battle.
He's not ready to be a top Premier League manager yet. But I think if he got more, I think he's capable in the future when he learns more about the Premier League. Then
Right.
But that's why you don't bring him in to manage a team that needs experience and a good manager in the Premier League. That's why I said from the start of the
kept us
season I
up,
wanted
though.
David Moyes. And look how that's worked out for Everton.
Yeah.
If we'd brought in David Moyes at the start of the season and he'd had the recruitment, I genuinely think we probably would be all right now.
Yeah. No.
Because he'd have brought in better players than Cooper did as well.
he bought El
which-
Canoes.
No, that's been a long-term scouting mission. He brought in Ayew and Decordova Reid,
No, he
both of which haven't done very well for us.
No. I mean, I do want to move on to
Yeah.
another
Please.
game, and I want to talk about Arsenal.
No, we don't have to.
We're gonna talk about them.
We're all miserable this week.
No.
Yeah.
Other than Lloyd.
Other than
Yeah.
me, I'm on cloud nine. The rest of you are pretty disappointed with your team's performances. Arsenal dropping points at home to West Ham United. Only the third loss in the Premier League this season, I believe. Just not great performance from Arsenal. I saw a lot of fans actually criticising certain players. Martin Odegaard got a lot of stick. I was seeing people question his captaincy at the football club. What are your overall thoughts on all of that?
What in the game itself?
Yeah, the game itself, and of course the individual players
Obviously,
as well.
obviously terrible. Losing to West Ham at home, we should not be doing that at all. But the whole thing with Martin Odegaard, I love Martin Odegaard. You know, maybe it's more of a bias thing and stuff like that, but I love him. People, I think, you look at with us at the moment where we're struggling. I feel like we're trying to pinpoint something, and it feels like we're just trying to blame someone else and things like that. Like before, a lot of it was maybe on Havertz. We're now just trying to pick out Odegaard. Personally, I love it. Like what he's done for us in the past couple of seasons has been amazing. But yeah, it's just not great. Like I've said probably since like December now, we haven't been in the league race at all, and I've always said that it's your guys to lose, to be honest. But yeah, it's just in the attacking areas. We just haven't invested in the attack. I just don't know how we haven't gone and done that. We're playing Moreno as a striker. He's never played striker in his life, and we're
Good
playing
against us,
and
to
we're
be
playing.
fair.
Well, yeah, but to be fair to his goals weren't particularly difficult to finish off, really.
Well, yeah, people have
But-
been telling me they are, but I don't think they were actually particularly difficult.
It's a simple header and a little tap in, but you still got to be there to
No,
to do it.
exactly, yeah.
But yeah, we just don't have. The thing is, I don't want to use injuries as an excuse because at the end of the day, there's still quality in that side to beat a West Ham. But
Yeah.
there's no argument that we have no Martinelli, who for me hasn't been great for the last 18 months. I think we need to replace Martinelli. Saka is out. I think he's proving in his form that Saka is by far our best player.
He's one of the
Because-
best
I
players.
think
Because-
he's probably similar levels to Salah for
because-
Liverpool.
because
That
it-
is in terms of importance.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think when Odegaard was out and Saka was still in the squad, we were still getting results, and we were still kind of creating little chances of things. But now Saka's out, we just don't have that person up front who can get us out of jail like Saka did so much. No Havertz. Yes, Havertz is maybe not a great striker, but you know he's still going to score more goals than what Moreno is going to be up front. It's just I think a lot of the frustration comes down to the fact that City have dropped off. So we look at that and go, we should be there taking over City, but instead you guys have basically just replaced City,
Yeah.
which is the most frustrating part about it.
They are on a ridiculous season, to be fair. Like, I don't think City would have stopped them this year either, if they were on form.
Do you think?
No, I just think you're having a ridiculous season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think overall, looking at it, of course, because nobody really had Liverpool in that title race at the start of the season, it was more, if Manchester City were to fall off, the narrative was it was gonna be Arsenal to go ahead and take it, and they've not gone ahead and done that this season. Do you find it more frustrating that you look at the sides like Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur, who have actually gone ahead and bought in some attacking players?
Yeah.
Matthias Tell, of course, going to Tottenham. Aston Villa getting Asensio and Marcus Rashford on loan. Do you think that's something that Arsenal should have looked at?
I don't know why we did not go and do that, to be honest. Like Rashford wasn't great at United, but he's still a better striker than, as I said, Moreno.
Would United have given him to Arsenal though? That's my one.
Probably
that I don't know if he would have
that's the
done.
thing. Probably not. But it's
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because I don't know. I just think
maybe we, especially
I dunno.
especially with the situation he's been at under
They gave-
United. Maybe yes. Maybe it's a thing of would he personally want to come to Arsenal?
They gave Mkhitaryan.
true.
Yeah,
So-
let's not deal with it. That's Sanchez.
Yeah, no, I really don't see why not. I mean, Chelsea went ahead and did a deal with Arsenal for Raheem Sterling, which of course hasn't worked out for him.
United let Sancho go to Chelsea.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think
Maybe.
it could have happened, but
But yeah, I just don't. You know, with City, they spent what 250 million because they knew we need to get players in. Why have we not gone and done that? I know there's things with FFP and all that stuff like that, but Man City have just gone to spend 250 million. Surely we have that margin to go and do that as well.
Yeah,
I just don't see the excuse. Even if it's a loan, even if it's a loan signing, Asensio even from PSG now at Villa, just someone who can play in the attacking areas.
City
Yeah.
brought a striker when necessarily you wouldn't say they needed one.
No.
No,
Like they needed a backup for Haaland because obviously if Haaland got injured, they needed a striker. But even they brought one, and
That's the
when
thing
you
with
desperately needed one.
that's the thing with City. You know, whenever they need to address a position, they always go and address it.
Exactly, yeah.
We need a backup striker. Okay, we're going to get one. We need another right winger. We're going to get one. We just like Ollie Watkins. We bidding on him for the last day of the transfer
There's
window.
a lot of money
That was
there.
for me. That was a thing of us saying, "Oh, we did try. We tried to, but why did we put a bid in after Duran already went off to Saudi? That was never gonna happen."
it seemed very late, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it just
came,
it
came
was
out the
really
blue.
weird.
Thing is, if he was our guy, we should have went for him in the first week, because there was.
There's 4 games in January as well. You want players to come in
Exactly.
as soon as they can because
And that's the thing, like, yeah, as I said, if he was our man, we should have went him early. It doesn't just go all of a sudden, last of the window, go, actually, we fancy getting Ollie Watkins. You've probably been looking at him for quite a while. Everyone knows his quality.
yeah, for sure.
But I was still sceptical of Watkins, just mainly because of his age. But I'm more now the thought of, we just need a striker who can just score goals. It doesn't, no one who's like a Sesko who's.
You need a Haaland.
We
really.
need
Just someone
someone.
who
We
will
need
score.
someone. We need someone in now who can score goals for the next 3-4 years. We haven't replaced Aubameyang since he's left. We just have not replaced his goals.
No,
At all.
Havertz is a totally different type of forward in comparison to Aubameyang. If you're going to have Kai Havertz up top, you've got to have a left winger and a right winger who's going to hit 15 goals a season. You've got to have
I
a
mean,
Mane.
they have that with
you've-
Saka.
You've got that on the right hand side.
You don't have that on the left.
But you need that on the left hand side right now. You need, like, Liverpool had Mane and Salah, for example, with Roberto Firmino. He still chipped in with goals, of course, Firmino,
He's a
but
creator.
it wasn't like he's hitting 20 league goals a season. He still got 15 a few times, but it was more his assists and his goals combined. And that's sort of like what it is with Havertz. Not saying that Havertz is as good as Roberto Firmino, he's not. But
Yeah, yeah.
Looking at it from that regard, Arsenal, they will need a left winger who can get 15 league goals. I mean, we saw it with Martinelli in that one season. Was it 21-22 where he did really well in terms in front of goal? We've not seen that same level as of yet.
Since
Trossard as well, since he's come in, he's sort of been more of a bit part player in and out. He seems, a lot of Arsenal fans have told me that he's better off from the bench than actually
100%,
starting in the game. So, yeah, if you're going to have Kai Havertz as your centre forward, you're going to need to have a left winger and a right winger who's going to be able to hit 15 Premier League goals.
Yeah.
I think we're now looking at the squad we've got so many positions that we need to fix and stuff. I think last year was a massive opportunity for us to come and win the league because I feel like we had a good squad there and the players were performing. I think we now look at this year, we now know that we definitely need a striker. We definitely need cover on both flanks. You know, we probably need another midfielder if Partey's going to go as well. Jorginho is rumoured to even go as well. So we're now looking at a squad where we had a good squad and we're looking at it now going, well, we're actually going to need like 4 or 5 players. And it just seems like it's just another repeat of what we've seen for the last couple of years from us. You know, we've got to ourselves to a point where actually we can challenge. But it's almost like, I feel there's a bit of a fear of we're just going to go back to where we was before. So
Yeah, I was going to say, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it. If it gets clipped, it gets clipped. I think Arsenal are going to fall off over the next couple of seasons. I think they had their chances to win the league the last couple of seasons. They needed to win it one of these seasons, and I think now players are going to get tired of coming second and start to leave. I reckon you could see a lot of departures this summer.
Well,
This summer?
Or the summer after.
But you
I could
genuinely think they're going to fall off?
Because so I think,
wouldn't say
like, put it this way, right? I think next season it'll be you and City competing for the title. Arsenal will be third.
Right.
Then I think the season after you could see them slipping back further because other teams are going to get better.
because this is the thing with City dropping off, it was a massive opportunity for us to.
That's what
To-
I mean.
to
They
go and get a
had to do
title.
it this year.
yeah,
Thing is,
but-
you guys, you're with Liverpool this season. It was more of give slot time. You can bring these players in, and then maybe next season go for a title.
Yeah, I mean...
So you guys are still you guys are still going to strengthen City.
Yeah.
There's no doubt next season City will come back. There's no way. Why would they not?
You will
with
be better
City.
next season than you are this season.
Do you
which
think
is
so?
which is a ridiculous thing to say because you're so good this
But that's the
season,
thing.
but you're going to keep strengthening. You're going to bring in probably a striker like Gyökeres, and City are going to be better than they are this season. They'll have Rodri back. Hopefully the players will start to perform better. I don't see Arsenal finishing first or second. I think they'll be third.
No,
And I think they can then fall off even more because players are going to go and want to win
I
titles.
mean, this is the interesting thing, isn't it? It's like looking at the certain situations for players who will want to come to the Premier League. Obviously, London is a massive factor for like living. Where would you want to go right now to go ahead and win trophies? Would you want to go Man City? Would you want to go Liverpool? Or would you want to go Arsenal? Which is the one that's at the bottom of the pile?
Liverpool's the most exciting project at the moment. I would join Liverpool.
Right, and
It's
then
the
what
worst
would
place
and
to
then
then
what
Man
would be
City
then-
because
then
they
what
have
would
the
be second?
pedigree of winning at the moment.
And
for
then
me.
it would be Arsenal, wouldn't it?
Because they haven't won a Premier League in 20 years. They've won an FA Cup, I know, but they haven't really won many trophies compared to Liverpool and Man City. I mean, even Manchester United have won more trophies technically recently than Arsenal. And that's no criticism to Arsenal because they've got a very, very good squad and they've been very good. And finishing second shouldn't go unnoticed and say, well, that's a bad season because it's still a good season. But the aims for Arsenal has to be having won the league in one of these last 3 seasons, and they've not done it. And I think players are going to start to want to move to clubs and win things. Not necessarily in the Premier League, but you could see players move to clubs like Barcelona or Madrid or
Even
the likes of them.
Saliba's been rumoured to
So I mean Saliba.
with Real Madrid.
Saliba's
There's
one
rumours
of the
already.
best
For me-
centre-backs in the
for me-
world. Surely he's going to want to go and win a trophy.
For me, it's like if Saliba does want to go and do that, there's like we can't stop him. It's Real Madrid.
That's what I mean.
You,
yeah.
you can't stop that. If he
What are
wants to
Arsenal
go.
going to do when their good players want to leave if they don't win trophies?
And that's again back to the conversation of we need these amount of players. If we lose like Saliba in the summer, he's going to need to go for a massive amount. By the way, yeah.
If you
he's
lose
gonna
Saliba and
say-
Gabriel,
then
what have you got
we've then got to go and replace them two. But who are we going to get who are as good as them two?
and then
That-
you
that-
still
and-
need a striker.
And we still need a striker. We still need players, on the wings and stuff like that. If Partey goes, that's the thing. It's coming to a point where I feel that this squad is maybe starting to disperse, and the Arsenal are going to have to start rebuilding the squad again.
That's what I meant
That-
when I
that-
said they're
that-
going to
that-
fall
I
off.
think- that's a
I
little bit of a
don't-
worry.
I think if they sign a striker, they don't fall off. Personally, because I think if the striker comes in, pardon me, if the striker comes in, the players would be more excited, and so I can't see anyone leaving if they bring in someone like, I don't know, an Osenham or even.
I want
Gyökeres.
Isaac from Newcastle.
Isak, yeah,
the way he destroyed us in both of those legs, it's like watching that second leg. It's just
Isak is
incredible.
probably going to be the best striker.
I still think Cunha fits Arsenal quite well.
Yeah,
I'm still very.
he's
much
been
behind that.
ridiculous recently.
Yeah.
Cunha.
No, he'd be a great option. I mean, again, I've said that I want Liverpool to go out and buy a striker as well. So
Yeah.
if we could get him, but it just depends if Newcastle want to sell.
I could see you getting Gyökeres, to be honest. I think he'll be the one Liverpool go for.
He could be the man. I want someone Premier League proven.
I get that.
Yeah.
I guess because it's a risk as well. With Nunez was so good in that league,
Portugal.
and
But yeah, Gyökeres took it to another level in the Portuguese
Well,
league.
obviously,
He's been ridiculous. So I'd be more than happy to get him. But my number one choice would be Isak, and then it would be Victor Gyökeres. I do want to move on, as we've spoken a lot about Arsenal there. Everton 2, Manchester United 2. They managed to pick up a
big game.
point in the game. In the
Young.
end, Ashley
Everton
Young
were not robbed. That
in
was
the
not a
final
penalty.
few minutes of the game. Originally, I looked at it and I thought, well, he's grabbed him and he's gone down in the penalty area. He's pulled his shirt. It's a penalty. But then looking back at it, he's gone forward.
Yeah, I was
Exactly
thinking
my
that.
thinking as well. As someone who's done the referee qualification, if a player moves like that, you're basically told to wave it away, because I actually think his reaction has not helped him, because I think if there's definitely a shirt pull, his shirt gets pulled. If he just
By
goes,
two players.
if he goes down naturally, that's 100% a penalty. But the way he jumps forward to try and make it look more like a penalty, he shot himself in the foot.
Can I just say, Ashley Young, that's karma for last year with his VAR controversy against us. So he had it coming to him. He had it coming to him.
No, but I do think that it's not a penalty for me. I think
Yeah.
it's getting overlooked, like how much he dives. Like I think there's enough contact for there to be a foul, but he dives.
But did the play get booked for diving then?
No,
No, it
So-
got overturned though. Do you think that's clear and obvious?
that's my problem. Is I think if the ref didn't give it on the field, that's fair enough. But it has to be a clear and obvious error to the ref.
Well,
But
yeah,
I don't think it is clear and obvious. That's why VAR probably should have stuck with it. But I think if I was a ref on the field, I wouldn't have given it.
yeah, no, because he
But VAR should have stuck with it.
gave the penalty in the first place, the referee, and then went to the monitor and then changed his decision. I don't know if that's clear, if that's a clear and
No.
obvious error, really. But Everton, of course, another game that they've not lost. David Moyes getting them going. Abdoulaye Doucouré, goal and an assist.
He was very good.
Beto
And
with
it was
another
a
goal.
really, really bold decision from Moyes to play Doucouré, because Alcaraz had scored in the game before, but he still chose to stick with Doucouré. That was a bold decision and it
He's
paid
a
off.
good player. He's
Yeah.
a really
Yeah,
good
but people
player.
were calling for him to start Alcaraz because he'd done so well. He deserved to start, and then Doucouré's gone and done that. It's very like
but in
well
the
done by
In
Moyes.
the form Doucouré's in, you can't drop him.
True, to be fair. Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, yeah, I agree with that, but it's still like Alcaraz did well,
Yeah.
and there was a question there, but he made the right
Yeah.
decision.
I mean, it's good to have that headache of who to start.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
the one you want.
I mean, I saw Everton fans thinking they could be in a race for Europe now, but I don't.
No,
I don't think they're in a race for Europe, but they could
no.
finish top 10. Moyes has done an
Yeah.
incredible job with that
How many
squad.
points are they off Europe?
I want to say they're quite far.
I don't think they're that far. I really don't. I don't think it's that much.
They are 11 points off.
But they've got some good home games coming up, so
But with the way they're playing,
11 points.
How many games
I
they've
don't
only
think
lost,
11
what, one
points with
game,
12
is it,
games to go
since
is
Moyes-
realistically catchable.
No,
I think
it's
it's too,
not.
I think that's too far gone.
But yeah, I think definitely top 10. Because what
You
Moyes
think
is,
top 10?
I think they can maybe try and get top 10.
All I would
potentially.
say is this is exactly why I
It's-
wanted David Moyes. This is
I
exactly
just
why
I
I
can't
wanted
Yeah, but
can't
I don't
see
know if he
Everton
would've
getting
done-
11 gaining 11 points on 10th place Aston Villa with 11 games.
Oh, 11
to go.
I thought you said 11
but they
points
might,
to
I
Europe.
think they have
Oh,
a
no,
game,
no,
I was
no,
like,
no,
yeah,
they
yeah,
have
no,
a
no.
game in hand, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Albeit they do. So they've got 12 games to get. I can't see it.
Yeah, okay,
happening.
yeah. If you're saying that, I thought you were saying it to Europe.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Europe,
yeah, I
Europe,
understand, yeah, no.
Europe's 12 points off with 12 to go. Again, I can't see that happening. I can't see the teams who are in those European positions falling off that much. And who knows, Everton,
Maybe if
they will go through a rough patch. They will lose a game or
maybe
two.
if they
They're not going to
did-
stay unbeaten.
Maybe if they held on against United, they could have been
Yeah,
in it.
yeah, potentially. I don't know. I still wouldn't put them in that
Yeah, but
race.
if
They've stayed up this season.
Have they still got to play some of sides in that sort of top 10
I
range.
mean,
Because the way they're playing, they're more than capable to win those
they've
games.
got Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Man City, Chelsea, and Newcastle left
They're
to
not
play.
finishing in the top
And
10.
that's,
Yeah,
all, but that's
that's
all in
a-
one run, isn't it, as well?
Well, yeah, Newcastle's at the end of the season. Just looking at it,
I don't think they will.
where would Manchester United be without Bruno Fernandes?
Oh, I don't know.
in the Championship, yeah.
Like him and Ahmad this
We're getting a look
season
from Ethan there.
have been so crucial to Manchester United. What a free kick from him. I see so many people slating Bruno Fernandes for his performances and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He's been the best signing for them, I would say, since Sir Alex Ferguson left the
Yeah.
football club.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a better signing. Like,
I
you
know,
look at
but
his
he's
That's
actually
the price
performances.
they
massive
paid
years,
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was £60 million in the end.
Worth it.
100% worth it. I mean, the quality that the man has is absolutely superb. You know, I wouldn't want him at Liverpool, but he'd start for Liverpool for sure. I love Dominic Szoboszlai, but Bruno Fernandes is he's a player that can just step up in these moments and give you absolute magic. He's a wonderful football player. Ugarte scoring a great volley as well.
Yeah.
Patrick Dorgu, I think he's looked really good since he's come in.
He was good against us.
As a left wing back, I think he's looked good. It's the striking situation at Manchester United at the moment.
What you said last week has paid dividends.
They
about
don't
Hoyland.
You
score.
got slated for that in the comments as well.
They don't score goals. Hoyland and Zirkzee. They've not done that well. And of course, you're willing to give Joshua Zirkzee more time because this is his first season. As for Rasmus Hoyland, I think this is is it his second now? It might be his second or his third. I think it's one of the.
know.
It's one of the two.
Second.
I want to say it's his second. But yeah, just looking at that overall, his performances, I think it was £70 million from Atalanta. A lot of money, and it's not worked out. And again, as
A
I
lot
said,
of money for a player who's performing how he is.
and as I said the previous week, I feel sorry for him, like trying to adjust to this Manchester United team and all that. But yeah, he's not. It's not worked. And maybe Manchester United give him one more season, and then if it doesn't work out, then I think you have to say you've got to move him on. Third season, really. You give a player 3 seasons to perform at a top club. If it doesn't work out, then you move him on. That's the stage that I'm at with Darwin Núñez anyway. I'm pretty certain he will leave Liverpool this summer. And yeah, I can just if it doesn't improve for him next season, I could see him leaving Manchester United as well. But just overall, they're not scoring enough goals going forward.
It would leave United and do well.
Yeah,
That's what would happen.
that's certainly possible. I mean,
Well,
we've seen that over
look
the
at
years.
Anthony.
Yeah, I know. I mean, albeit he did just get
get
sent
sent off.
off at the
I think I've seen
weekend.
Yeah, but he's got an amazing
No,
assist. Did
but
you
I-
see
but-
the assist?
Yeah,
he
he's
got?
done really, really well.
I think Anthony's it's been like rescinded or something like that.
Oh, has it?
I think so.
I'll have a look at that later on the
So, yeah,
Purple
he-
Show.
he-
I'll
he'll
do
be
my
playing Real
research.
Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only said yeah.
Yeah, well, if that's been rescinded, even better for Anthony. And yeah, so many players have left Manchester United, just done well. Other matches, Tottenham winning 4-1 away from home against Ipswich Town. Big result.
that's
I
how-
think
They
for them.
finally had like a decent squad out. I did see their lineup. They had a few players back. I think Udogie was back in that
Yeah,
game. as
Udogie
well.
Udogie
Mate,
played.
It shows you the lack of quality
So-
though in the bottom 3.
That felt
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that game felt like 2021 for me. Brennan Johnson and Jed Spence both on the score sheet. Felt like 2021.
But
That-
I think
what an era.
with that game, I just think it shows you that the bottom 3 are nowhere near good enough. And it shows a gap. And I just think this situation is going to get worse because we said this last week. We were the best team by far last year in the Championship, better than Leeds. Leeds have lost some of their good players. When they come up, they've got no chance of survival. Let's be honest.
No, you've really.
There's going to be no Championship side that's
Well, the only way
anytime soon.
that you can stay up, you've really got to attract some
Really?
important players into the league.
you spent really big. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and this is the
But
thing.
it's illegal now.
you-
It wasn't as bad when you did it. the
You've
rules.
also got to go for players who are necessarily at the same time proven in the league to do a decent job, or have gone to another European league and done well. Look at
But
like
we tried that and it didn't work.
No, not necessarily, but at the same time, you've got to get the recruitment spot on. If you do not get the recruitment spot on in this league, you will struggle
You get
now
punished.
because from 17th upwards, there's a key player pretty much in every single team. You look at Wolves with Cunha. Bournemouth have just got so many talented players. That's why they're so high up in the league. And then you look at the other teams. West Ham, they've not had a great season this year, and yet they've still, obviously, they recruited wonderfully, getting all of these players in, and it's not necessarily worked for them in terms of the recruitment. But originally, everyone sort of had them 8th or 9th because we looked at the talent.
Yeah.
They've got a good squad, but it's just not worked for one reason or another.
I just think the gap's just going to get bigger unless they change the PSR rules, because there's more and more restrictions coming in with defending, with spending.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to get harder and harder.
Yeah, for sure.
With the parachute payments as well, my idea for it is, I think you split it half and half. Half goes to the teams going down, but half comes to the teams going up.
Right.
Give them more money. Give them a chance to compete. But then the problem is they can't spend it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. We're just going to pause for a second.
AC. Jamie, AC's come on.
The AC's on.
Yeah. I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, I thought that.
Obviously, cut that piece.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll definitely cut that. But yeah, overall for Tottenham, 2 goals for Brennan Johnson back in the score sheet.
My boy.
Doing really, really well there. Tottenham now up to 13th. I can't remember where I said it. I think I said they finished 14th. They'll probably finish a little bit higher at this rate.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be slowly getting their squad back now. I mean, Solanke's still out injured, of course.
They'll finish higher than United for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I think so. Well, I mean, I've changed my mind on that. Yeah, I thought I said that Man United were going to finish above Tottenham just because of the injury issues. But yeah, the rate that it's going, I could see it happening. Elsewhere, Brighton 4-0 away win against Southampton.
They've bounced back from.
They're on a good run of form. Brighton
4 straight wins after last night.
Haven't been great recently though.
No, but then again, it's like. You've got to win the games that are in front of you, and they won 4-0. I mean, all in all, good result. And yeah, Hurstler, I remember seeing some Brighton fans saying, "Get him out. He doesn't know what he's doing."
And back to League One with him.
And I mean, honestly, I was like, this man, this is his first season. He's an incredibly young coach anyway. He's got so far ahead in his career, and he's already managing a club like Brighton, who do want to be competing for Europe every single season now. That will be the goal for them, to finish as high as they can to get into those European places.
For sure.
And you know, they've done well again. It's just they had a little period of like 2 months where they just weren't getting the results that they needed. If they didn't, they were in the top 4 at one point, like 8 games into the season. I think it was around 7-8 games. If they didn't have that dip in form, they'd be right up there.
Yeah, they're still in the race for Europe.
Exactly, they are. They're still in the race.
That win last night as well against Bournemouth.
It's a massive win. Huge win for them. And yeah, just looking at it, they've got I think Danny Welbeck's back now, which of course he started the season very, very well in front of goal. Just overall, they're looking pretty good. Crystal Palace as well, 2-0 away win against Fulham.
Recently.
Yeah, second half of the season. I mean, it's all clicking for Glasner's side.
I mean, I know it happened yesterday, so we're not talking about it as much. But beating Aston Villa, was it 4-1 yesterday?
4-1 at home.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
they've turned it on now.
Exactly, and I mean, Crystal Palace
Are
away
they up to
from
9th
home.
now? Or 11th?
They are currently 12th in the table,
12th.
Crystal Palace, but away from home, they have the 4th best record in the Premier League.
Wow.
They've won 6, drawn 4, and only lost 3 away from home. They've got a better away record than they do at Selhurst Park, which is pretty impressive.
I think we won more games on the road as
it's by some distance as well. It's 8 points difference. So it's a big swing away from home. And yeah, they're just clicking. Munoz again, another assist for me. One of the best right backs in the Premier League. He's up there for me, 100%. I think he's excellent. It's going forward, superb. Tyrick Mitchell got an assist again. I really, really like him too. You guys know that already on a previous show. And just Mateta, another game, another goal. Can't stop scoring.
Getting UFPL.
He scored in the Villa game. Got an assist in the
Fulham
one. They just look really, really good, Crystal Palace. And if they can continue that form for a whole season, where could they end up? Who knows? Maybe they can push into that top 10.
Potentially, yeah.
I don't think they'll be Europe, I think that's probably a step too far in a way.
Yeah, but
how many points are they off Europe?
they're pretty far off. They're 7 points off actually, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
too
that,
far,
It's
you
that
know.
start. It's that start to the season that's really hindered them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they were
for sure.
awful at the start.
I mean, yeah, they were rock bottom for a bit.
Yeah,
weren't they?
and they were very unfortunate with the results. Their first win was against Tottenham at home, and that was in October, and that was like pretty. That was
People were
like,
calling for Glasner to go. Like, I remember we were talking. We're saying, well, surely he's got to go soon if they don't pick up.
Well,
the
no, he's a
results,
great,
and
he's a
turned their head
he's a
off.
great manager. I mean, like
He is good.
you would stick with him
Yeah, for sure.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you
You've got to stick with him.
You have to.
He's a top manager. He gets the best out of these players. You can tell. He's a really good manager for sure. And yeah, just looking at the other games as well. We've not even mentioned Aston Villa versus Chelsea yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Villa winning 2-1. Marcos Asensio getting 2 goals. Of course, you already brought him up with Marcus Rashford, and he got 2 assists off from the bench as well.
This is Villa's inconsistency again, because
It's going to cost them.
Yeah, they've won. They won at the weekend. Now lost last night. They're just so inconsistent. And obviously defensive wise, their injuries aren't helping.
No.
Because what did they line up with last night? They had that young. Is it some right back from Spain?
Garcia, but he's actually a left back.
Yeah.
But he's playing out of position.
Yeah,
right
and then
now.
they had Konza, Bogard, and someone else. I don't remember. Digne, that was it. But no, it's just obviously their injuries aren't helping them. But getting a home win against Chelsea was huge, considering Chelsea are also fighting for Europe as well.
Chelsea haven't been good in recent. I know they beat
No.
Southampton yesterday,
Yeah, but anyone beat Southampton.
but
mate.
Chelsea have been on a really poor run.
Can I also say with Villa as well? Obviously, the Champions League is now coming back. Obviously, they're in and out of form. How do you see that kind of playing a part for the rest of the Premier League season?
Well, I said that I think they'll finish 9th. I don't think they'll get European football next season. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be too.
No, I
it's
don't
gonna
think
be
they will
too-
anymore.
It's going to be
I
too
don't think they
much for them, and it has been all season. And it's so difficult to find the right balance when you're playing Champions League football and playing in the Premier League. We saw that with Newcastle, albeit they did, I believe, finish inside the top 7, but. Manchester United ended up winning the FA Cup, which knocked them out of getting Conference League football. So they had no European football, which has actually benefited them this season, really.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and as they're not too far off the Champions League either, only a couple of points. I mean, the only other game we've got to talk about is Bournemouth dropping points at home to Wolves.
I keep seeing
Shocking.
I keep seeing Bournemouth fans saying it wasn't a red card.
It
was.
is.
It's
It is a
clear
red card.
Yeah.
They say, oh, he won the ball. There's a difference with winning the ball and getting a touch on the ball.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference, and he's gone in. And
Was it excessive force? Absolutely.
Like my stepdad says, if your studs are up, you're always asking for trouble.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
It was a clear red card for me, and yeah, obviously 2 losses in a row now.
Yeah, including the Brighton game.
Ryan Christie coming off against Brighton as
It's worrying
well.
for them because they've just been relentless, and it's dropped off. I don't
They
really know
started to drop off
what's
now.
happened, and especially when Wolves, you consider the form they've been in, they've not been good at all.
No.
And I mean, the only reason they're not lower down is because the teams below them are so poor,
And Cunha.
and Cunha, but
Oh, Cunha's been one of the main reasons they're in the position that they're
But-
in.
Yeah.
but they've been poor recently, and I do think it's a really poor result for Bournemouth. I think it's quite poor.
Yeah, no, 100%. They currently sit 7th now, 4 points off of Nottingham Forest. Of course, Bournemouth have had that game in hand, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I said that Bournemouth would finish above Nottingham Forest. Since then, they've not won a game, so maybe I've jinxed them. Apologies, Bournemouth fans. But with that being said, that's all of the games, I believe. So let's move on to FPL. How did everyone get on
I enjoyed
this
it.
week?
The league table is at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
Or towards the bottom.
Oh, towards the bottom. Hang on. And let's go through it then. Liam got 41 points this week, Dan with 61, Ethan with 64, Ubaid got 66, and Kian, you start with 70 points this week.
I've dropped off.
Run us through your
massively.
team.
So Kepa got me 2. Gabrielle got me 2. Kirk has got me 1. Robinson got me 1. So defensive shambles for me. Palmer got me 2. Diaz got me 3. Rogers got me 2. Cliver got me 2. Salah captained 28 points. Isaac 13 points and Cunha 9. I brought Cunha in last week. So
Paid off.
yeah, but apart from last night, paid off.
And I mean, still 70 points isn't a bad week. I mean,
Absolutely not. I'm going to say, we must be really close because I know I'm top.
yes.
So we must be really close if 70's the lowest of us.
Jamie got 70 points this week.
Oh, wow.
So Jamie's on a bit of a roll now. He's sorted his FPL team out. Tom got 72, and Reese also got 72 as well.
Moyes got me 5, by the way.
Yeah, I still have Moyes in my team as well. He got me 5 as well. But Pickford got me 1, Robinson got me 1, Van Dijk got me 6, Timber 2, Salah again. The only reason why I love Salah scoring goals is because of the FPL.
Yeah.
You just captain him every week now.
Literally,
you can't drop it.
28 points, Semenyo 2, Clivert 2, Ottawa 2 as well. I've gone back to 3 Bournemouth attackers. Palmer 2. I'm considering taking Palmer out,
Same.
but
leaving him for less.
He's got us next.
They've got you next, and I'm gonna keep him for Arsenal because I know if I take him out before the Arsenal game, he will score against us. So if he doesn't perform then he will be coming out. And then I got Wissa, who got me 8 points, and Isaac got me 13 points.
Lovely. I'm next with 74. Matt Sells got me a total of 0 points, and that was a great start. Zabani got sent off as well, so -2. Robertson got me 1. Alexander-Arnold 6. Semenyo 2. Every time I seem to bring Semenyo into my team,
Does nothing.
he just doesn't seem to score. And then when I take him out, he scores a goal.
It's like, again, it's the easy teams, he does nothing. But when he plays someone difficult, Semenyo scores.
But yeah, no, I am going to stick with him for now. Although, please just score a goal.
Patience is waning.
Yeah. I need him to get something. I've had him for the majority of the season because he just takes so many shots a game. It's ridiculous. Brian Mbeumo transferred him in the week before, got me 14 points. Cole Palmer 2.
Fraud.
It's not great. He should have had something against Southampton as well last night as we're recording this Tuesday night. Salah 28 points. Just captain him. He's going to do something. He's only blanked, I think, 3 or 4 times this season. He's going to get a goal or an assist in the majority of the games. Chris Wood got me 5. Jean-Philippe Mateta got me 5. Isak got me 13. And I had Munoz first on the bench with 13 points. A real annoying factor. Yeah, but
you'd have beaten me with that, I think.
I probably would have done. If I had subbed Sabani and got a Munoz in, I think I would have had like plus 15 points. So I would have been on 89. But it is what it is. Second place was Henry with 81, and then top of the table again is Matt, 85.
Yeah, so I had Flecken in goal, 7 points, a clean sheet against us. Then I had Alexander-Arnold, 6 points. Porro, Gvardiol and Robinson all got me 1. And Mbeumo, who I very nearly captained, got me 14, but it didn't matter because Salah got me 28, so same either way. Palmer again got me 2. The only thing I'm wondering with Palmer is, I've kept with Salah all season, and I'm very tempted to captain Palmer against us because I just know he'll score. I'm sure he will score against us.
It's interesting.
It's so tempting. But who do you have next week?
We've got Southampton.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Salah's staying captain.
Captain.
I got Wood with 5, Isak got 13, and then Delap got 2. Moyes got me 5.
Nice.
So I've lost that manager chip now, obviously, though, because I've used it for the last game. So I'm going to start slowly dropping off. But it's annoying I'm so low on the table because I've done so well in recent weeks.
You've done so well in recent weeks, for sure. There's like a halfway stage thing on FPL. I think it's called like Second Chance. So it will see where you're ranked in the world on that. I can imagine you must be relatively high. Liam in 71st then with 899.
Bottom.
I'm pretty sure that is bottom, isn't it? Yeah,
bottom.
by a country mile. Jamie 66th. Dan's 52nd. Ethan 50th. Ubaid is 46th. Matt is 44th. Reese is 36th. Tom 28th. Henry 18th. Kian is 15th. And I am in 12th. And there is only...
That's
beforehand. There's only 21 points in it on this list between me and Henry. So it's really heating up between us three in that regard. Looking at the prediction results then from last week, I only got 1 point, so it wasn't very great. The only result that I got right was Man City losing to Liverpool. Kian picked up 3 points. He predicted
get me
Aston
taken.
Villa to win, Newcastle to win, and Liverpool to win. Matt got 2 points. He predicted Aston Villa to win and Newcastle to win. And then Ethan, was it? No, Matt said 2-2 there.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I said
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, and then Ethan said Aston Villa to win against Chelsea and Newcastle United to win
No.
against Nottingham Forest on 2 points.
The 4-0 United Everton, he said.
Yes, we had some stinkers in there.
Alright,
Let's-
still my
Shall
turn.
we read a few out? Yeah, Ethan said Manchester United to win 4-0.
What did I say for that game?
You said, what did
I
you
think I
say?
said 2-0.
You said 2-1 Everton.
I was close.
You weren't far off. Is there any other real stinkers in here? I mean, I said Fulham to win and Crystal Palace won, which wasn't great. And then the table standings, Kian's way ahead with 7 points after 2 weeks. I'm in second, tied with Matt on 4, and then Ubaid/Ethan is on 3.
And
So-
maybe /Reese.
yeah, and with Reese as well now. So, games to predict. Let's start off with Brentford versus Everton.
2-1 to Everton. I'm
gonna
backing them.
say 1-1.
What were you saying?
I was going to go 1-1 as well.
Okay, I'm going 3-1 Brentford.
Ooh.
I think they'll get the job done. Manchester United versus Ipswich.
I'm gonna Jamie's recording.
Is it at Old Trafford?
Yes.
2-1 to Manchester United.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
No, 3-1, sorry. 3-1.
3-1.
The 3 promoted sides are just so poor.
I'm
Right.
gonna say 2-0 United.
2-0 United.
I was going to say 2-0 as well, but I'm going to go 3-0.
Okay.
I'm going to copy you again.
I'm going to go 2-1.
You think 6-0? Ethan says 6-0 behind the camera.
6-0? That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal.
1-1.
Oh, it's so difficult.
1-1.
I said to Kian earlier that I think Forest will win, but I'm not going to say. I think we'll win 2-1.
Right, okay.
I'm only.
So Arsenal 2-1.
My heart says we're going to win 2-1. My head tells me that
Right.
Forest going to win that 1-0.
And then,
It's hard because it depends what Forest show up, whether it's the one that showed up in the second half against
I
Newcastle
think
or
we
the
show
first.
what, but I still think
I'm
we
going to
show.
say 2-1 to
we
Arsenal.
always struggle when.
okay,
it
so you're saying 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm going 0-0. I don't think there'll be a
Yeah,
goal in the
1-1
game.
for
I can't. I just.
That's actually probably quite a good shout.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like because Arsenal aren't really scoring.
You're
and they're
both
not-
good
not-
defensively,
yeah.
and neither team can score that many goals.
Tottenham versus Manchester City.
This is now
3-2 to
difficult.
Manchester City. I'm going for a thriller. It always is.
I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
Okay.
I can never back Tottenham, so 2-0 City.
Okay. I'm going to go 2-2.
Mhm.
Liverpool versus Newcastle.
This is difficult.
As I've said before, Newcastle are good one game, bad the next. They were good against you, although they weren't great in the second half.
I'm gonna
3-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, you know what? I'll back
It's at
that.
Anfield as well, isn't
3-1
it?
as well.
I'm
I'm going with that.
I'm gonna say 2-2.
You reckon we'll drop points?
Yeah, I think drop
Ooh.
points.
Interesting.
I mean, it could happen. It very
could.
much
It's possible.
could. I
It's
don't
possible.
think it will,
it's
but it
possible,
could.
for sure. For sure.
I'm going 3-2 Liverpool.
You're going 3-2.
Why
And then
not?
the final game, West Ham
Nice.
United versus Leicester.
I'm gonna go 3-0 West Ham.
That's generous. I actually, this might be way too harsh, but I'm saying 4-0.
Right.
It's just going to keep getting worse.
Okay.
I don't see us doing anything. I mean, do you know what? I'll say 4-1 just to make myself a bit happier.
Yeah.
Just so we get a goal. But,
Okay.
but it's not getting any better anytime soon.
And then
I'm going to risk it 2-1 Leicester.
2-1 Leicester.
Oh,
Do you know
Wow.
what? The
Why
thing
not?
is,
Why not?
my heart does say we because I think West
You
Ham
have
quite
them.
often play badly after
Right.
beating a big team. I do think there is a small chance, but I just can't back it.
Yeah, I'm saying 2-1 West Ham because I want you to see a goal because you've not seen
Oh,
one since
thank
Boxing
you.
Day.
I know.
So,
I'm miserable going to
We're
games now.
gonna predict that. So there's all of the games, and that is everything for this week's Gold Show. Thank you ever so much for watching this here on the Blue Podcast Network. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new, and go check out all of our socials as well. We'll see you for the next one. Take care.